Hello everybody, welcome back. It's been a while. I've been doing a lot of other stuff besides the train stuff, But I have done a lot of work on the layout. I've got a lot of the scenery redone on this upper section here. I'll take you around later and show you what I've done. I still have a little bit on I still have to do the back side over there, which this should be pretty easy really. But I picked up a Goodyear blimp, and it's supposed to be make your own sign and all that. And I've kind of been looking for one of these for a while. I found one a good while back, but I think it was like 20 bucks, and I wasn't sure I'd missing parts or something. I don't know. I really didn't trust it, so I didn't buy it. But I believe this one's all here, and I picked it up the other day. And I think it'd be cool to have the perhaps train show or something on here maybe, and have it, I don't know, maybe over the little town area over there, or amusement park or something, I don't know. But I got a pretty good price on it, so I figure I'd go ahead and try it, and we'll put it together and place it over there on the layout somewhere, hopefully. Hopefully it turns out nice, I don't know. I've not ever built one of these kids. I've been building some of the airplanes and got a few more airplanes added to the layout. And I've got some of these 3D print Crusaders shells. I think I got, let's see, 2, 4, 6 of them that I'm going to be doing. And then there's also a atomic train. This one's bowed really bad, so I'm probably gonna be able to do anything with that one. So eventually here soon probably be some couple Crusaders. I'll probably go ahead and do a video on doing the Crusaders like I did that one. These are for the Revell chassis, and I think there's one or two maybe for the RSO AHM style Pacific chassis, which I think the RSO is the same as like the Model Power 462s and the AHM 462s that they sold years ago. I don't even know if they're still around. But they're a pretty nice little chassis. I don't like them quite as much as the Revell. The Revell is a little bit better built chassis, I think. It'd be nice to put a can motor in there or something. But I think with RSO chassis, you could probably put a Revell red box chassis in them too if you wanted. Or you could put a Revell red box chassis in the Revell version also, I would think. I don't know. But I've got some chassis, so I think I got a couple of those RSO chassis too up there that I just picked up here and there. So like I said, there's 7. There's 7 locomotive shells, I guess you want to say, and 6 of the tender shells. So this is one shell, which is no big deal. But I'm gonna get this thing built. And I ain't going to show you like the building process on it because it's probably not going to be too easy. But it's got like this gear and motor and stuff. So I guess the internals of this thing kind of turns inside the blimp itself. I mean, there really ain't many parts. Looks like someone, I don't know if someone started on it before or not. But really isn't too much to it, don't look like. And it's got a lot of extra stuff in here too. And there's the side with that'll have the lighted sign or something. So I'm gonna have to look at the directions and stuff and see how it is to, put your own words on the sign. And it came with the markers. These are the Revell markers, still brand new in the package. I think these kits were made in like the late 70s or something like that. I'm not too sure. I never had one when I was a kid, surprisingly. I had a lot of the other ones, the Joanne model cars. I had tons of those. I used to be a big Joanne. I still am. I just haven't had none or built any in a while. Joanne's one of my favorite model companies for the cars out of all of them. And then I've had tons of others, and I still do have some of the others. And airplane kits, I don't have a favorite. I just like them all. Some are sucky and some ain't. I know the biplanes, they never go together like they're supposed to. They're a pain in the butt. I'll tell you all that right now if you want biplanes, especially the older kits. I haven't really done any newer kits of the biplanes, but the older biplane kits kind of suck. Funny thing is, I put the Iron Maiden Revell jet together a couple weeks ago, and I think I've had that kit like five years or something. I bought it like 5, maybe 6 years ago, and worst kit I've ever put together. Even some of my model airplane kits from the the 60s and 70s, way better than that one. I got more body filler in that plane than I do my old Dodge out there. I'll tell you that right now. But it turned out really good. It's got over 60 decals. A lot of decals. Probably the most decals I ever put on one single item. But it turned out really nice though. But it took a lot of work. So let me get these shells moved off the bench here. Like I said, I got all those right there, and then 5 tenders. There's another one. The Crusaders. Got a lot of Crusaders. So these are going to be. I'm going to do one for me. Andy. He was down here the other day. Checked out my layout. He's the one that printed these off, and he did a real good job on them. And I think he wants 1 or 2, and I think Ryan, who brings his trains down here and runs them every once in a while, he wants a couple. So I'm going to have I guess an extra one. And I'm going to have an extra one, so I have that one, other 3D print one. So I'm going to have 2 matching locomotives. Even though I do have that kit bashed Revell one that I really like too. But I'm going to have 2 matching ones. In real life, they had 2 locomotives. I think it was 501, 502, or something like that. So I'm gonna have one of each of those, which will be cool. Plus, I got the full consist of the passenger cars, the 5-car set. I got the Revell set, which Revell only made like I think 4 of the cars, but I ended up getting 2 of the tail cars for that passenger set. And because on the real consist of that, or whatever, the real train, they had 2 tail cars because they never turned the train. They just turned the locomotive. And they had 2 locomotives in case one broke down and they needed, they always had an extra. They had 2 locomotives, 5 train cars, and never turned the train cars. So they would turn the engine if they needed to, or use the other engine and just hook it to the other side and pull it the other direction, when it got to where it needed. And the same way when it got where the other, from point A to point B, is turn the locomotive. So, yep, let me get this up here. I'm gonna start building. Like, I ain't gonna do a video of me building this thing. I'll just show you progress as I go. I don't know how easy or how hard it's gonna be able to do. So, but here we go. All right, everybody, I got that blimp done. Here's the town area. I've added a lot more of those pre-made trees. I had some, and then I took some from other spots and added over here. Try to keep them all concentrated in one area. I like these trees, but I didn't want to have it, mixed all around the layout here and there. So I figured I'd have the biggest part of them right here in this area. So kind of takes me back to, old time model railroading when I was a kid. So I've got the blimp right there, and it works. I was going to put LEDs in it, but I didn't feel like it. And this has got regular bulbs in it. So, I mean, for what it is, you can see it when it spins. I'll turn the lights off so we can see it. Alright, here we go. It's running. It's got a little motor in there with gears that spin the inside. Probably better if it was running the other direction, but I ain't worried much about it. It's kind of cool. I'm not going to have it on a whole lot. Originally it runs on D batteries inside the blimp, and the nose cones on the front and the rear just screw on, and I'm missing the rear one, so I got it together with some rubber bands. Pretty much easy to put together, pretty much snap together. I did glue a couple pieces on, decals, cleared them, and then applied them, made sure they dried good before I cut them out and put them on. Didn't have any problems with any of those. But pretty simple kit. The motor, oiled the motor, greased the gears, so it turns pretty good. And like I said, originally it runs on D batteries. On the inside I just left it empty and ran 2 wires. I drilled a little hole in it and ran 2 wires through that little black tube that's holding it up, and put 2 AA's in the back with an on-off switch on the other side of the train set over there, so I can switch them out real easy instead of having to take it down and do that. So I mean, I came close to putting LEDs in it, but I figured I'd try it this way first, original. And it's pretty cool. I like it. So now I'll take you over and I'll show you like my little on and off control switch for it. The signage board is just like a piece of paper that wraps around in there, and you color your letters to whatever color you want. I got red and yellow, and the rest of it you just color in black with markers. I just use markers. So, and it clips on there, and I put a piece of Scotch tape on it to hold it, to make sure it didn't come loose or anything. It's real simple, real easy build. I mean, it only took me a few hours to build this and decal it, so no big deal. I probably got 3 or 4 hours in it. We've been working on it today. So I'll take you around and show you the how I got it with the control switch and battery pack. Alright, this is the back side of the layout where I put the trains on the tracks and take them off the tracks. So what I did is poked a hole through my scenery, which is just plaster and styrofoam and stuff, so it's pretty easy. And ran that wire and that pipe that's attached to that blimp through there. And then I cut me out like a little doorway here so I could get my hand in there. There's a piece of wood in there for support. And I just put like a little elbow thing on it and hooked it to that rod so it doesn't, you know, turn and all that. And then I just ran the wires out to this little AA. It holds 2 AA batteries, a little battery pack here, and it's got an on and off switch on the top. So when I want to change the batteries, I can just do this instead of having to go up there and take it down and all that. It's just way easier, I think. I mean, it probably won't last as long, but I'm not going to run it a lot, you know, just once in a while. So that's a pretty cool little thing for the layout, I think. Pretty simple to do. And when the light bulbs go out, I'll probably convert it over to LED. But the light bulbs all worked and everything in it, and I figured I would just try to keep it as original as possible. It'd be kind of cool. And as much as I'm going to run, they'll probably last forever. So should be okay with that. Now I'll take you around and show you some of the scenery and stuff I've been doing. I've got a lot done. Well, like I said, I added all those pre-made trees into this area here, so kind of filled it in a little bit more. I'm gonna put some people in here. I bought some glue the other day to start gluing them in, and then added them a couple airplanes. Got a kamikaze and a bearcat, wildcat, something coming after him. But all this is pretty much done. Like I said, got some trains down here, scenery over there to the house or general store, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty much done. Had a couple more of them pre-made trees around this place, and I did the grass and all that, so it looks a lot better. And then we got all this done here. It's looking really good. Added some more trees and stuff. Did the scenery, grass, and all that. Let's see, up there, all the way over to the suspension bridge. So, and then down here where the lumber yards and stuff are, I repainted those tops of those buildings black because they were pretty dusty and dirty looking. And I did the grass and added some trees over there and some more there and a few more down that way. So I think it's looking a lot better now. So this is pretty much done in here. So I'm just going to add some people. I had to get some glue the other day, and the glue I was using wasn't working very well. So I got something different. I'm going to try it. Hopefully it'll dry a little faster. So, and so this side's all done. That all down there is done, all the way across. That all done. All done. The only thing left to do is, like I said, put people on. We got a bunch of people that I'm going to glue down. I'm going to put the cars back. And I'm going to add those lights. But there's only a few of those, so that'll take about a couple minutes. I'm just running them in there real quick, probably. And we'll run those over to a little switch like that one right there with that AA pack. That switch there controls those 4 lights up along the tracks up there. Well, there you go. We got the blimp on there. So the next thing is to finish that scenery up and stuff. And then once I get that backside done and a couple other little things, I'm going to do the Burger King. I'll probably do a video on that. Do the Burger King and a couple other things to put up there. Get that top section with some stuff in it. And then we'll start the lower layout. But that's the Goodyear blimp. It's pretty cool, pretty easy to put together. Can't really have problems. This kit came with the original markers, and they were dry, so I just used regular markers. No big deal. And this is the paper that it gives you to make your own signs. So you just, color in your letters, whatever color you want, so the light comes through, like yellow or something. And then wherever you don't have letters, you want to fill it in black. Kind of like, comes with some pre-made ones too, kind of like that. Or you just leave it blank and just, don't have to color your letters in if you don't want to. So it comes with some extras. At least this kit did. I don't know. And if I was you to get one, I would get make sure it's pretty much there. So this one, it's got a little sun on it. It says happy something, I don't know. But it came with a bunch of these extra blank papers, so I can make more signs if I want. Maybe the next time I'll make a different sign and switch those 2 wires around. I got them backwards, but I ain't worried about it. That's pretty cool anyway. I wish they'd went the other way. Then you got like a holiday one, season's greetings, and it's pretty cool. And then you got the bicentennial, 1976. Oh, there it is. Bicentennial. So if you want, you can change them out every once in a while or something. It's got that little drum in there, and they just clip on. Pretty simple. I just put a piece of Scotch tape over on it, but make sure it stayed on there. There ain't much to this kit. The gear assembly is pretty easy to do. That's probably where your most parts are. But really, 6-7 gears. Motor, the clip that holds the motor in. The lighting, I got lucky. Somebody already started on this, had the lighting in it. So I just made sure all the bulbs were. But yeah, it's not a very hard kit. I did it today, all in one sitting. I didn't paint it or glue it together. It just snaps together. Then the end screw on, the one end's missing. So I just put some rubber bands on it. Maybe I'll find an end or make one. I didn't feel like making one today. I'm always coming across stuff, so I may come across maybe a partial one or something, and then maybe I'll take it back apart and swap the wires out, or make a tail cone for it, and like I said, I'll switch it out. But all the train cars on the layout have metal wheels now and K couplers. I still have a lot more to do, and I got another box of wheels over there. So, so much better. It's way so much better. And let's see, I got the Crusaders, gonna do those. I really haven't bought anything new lately, train wise, I don't think. No. So, it'll be once you get done fishing and enjoying life, and you guys need to get out there and enjoy life while you can. Last year was a terrible year. So this year I decided to heck with it. I'm going to go fishing and do what I want. I slacked back off on work a little bit. Good thing I picked back up, but I ain't going to get where I'm working 24/7 like I was for the last couple of years. So I'm going to enjoy life for a while. I got a lot of catching up to do. So once it cools down a little bit, once I get 1,000 subscribers, which is pretty darn close. If I get 1,000 subscribers, then I'll start kicking some videos out on a regular basis. But, you know, I ain't making any money at this. It'd be cool, but so I'm not going to put a whole lot of time into this right now while I'm fishing. But I figured I'd just do a little quick update video on the layout and doing this blimp. I wasn't going to show you exactly how to put it together because it really is pretty easy, honestly. It's just a snap together, and I glued a few things together. But I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching.